Hey everyone, how's it going? It is Sunday, May 24th. It is Memorial Day weekend, and I am just over 3 weeks out from my last revision. And the last update I gave was I was at a year and just a week out from surgery. And at the time, like, we thought everything was going well. And here we are at 3.5 weeks, and I just had a terrible week last week. I was really still struggling with fatigue this time. My first revision, I sort of like the lipo and just the pain, like everything. Like once I was kind of over the nausea, I was like, oh, this is spicy, but like okay. And I felt pretty good after a few days. And this time, less cutting, more lipo, and I have just really struggled with fatigue and soreness. And last week was sort of this, I don't know, like cascade of events. My knees hurt really, really bad, and that can be a side effect from surgery, both because of all the lipo that I've had and like the knee area and stuff gets swollen, and then but just from positioning during surgery. I had a few days where I felt like I couldn't hardly stand up or weight bear on my legs. My right knee was worse than my left, which is amazing because my left knee I've had surgery on multiple times, but the right knee was really bad. I talked to my surgeon. He was like, no, this is totally normal. But at one point, I went to my regular doctor just to say, like, this feels weird. They checked me out, did an x-ray. Like, it's fine, right? It's just sore. But I had that going on. Then I use a CPAP at night. So I mouth tape because I use a nasal mask. And even though I've been using this mouth tape for, I don't know, 2 years since I got the CPAP, somehow I had some sort of allergic reaction and my lips completely swelled and got blistered. So that was not fun. And then on top of that, my facial numbness kicked in from my autoimmune and my Lyme. I had like just ripping headaches, like everything. My body was just like, we're done, like just short circuiting across the board. And so, yeah, it was just really, really difficult. And then I've got fucking cording again on this side, which I thought I was moving my arms enough in order to be able to avoid that. But no, I have a straight band right across my armpit again, connecting down the side. So, yeah, so last week fucking sucked. But the results look good. And let's not forget, I have a wound issue. So I think in my last message, or my last video, I had talked about how they cleaned everything up. All the damaged tissue is gone. It looks amazing. But of course, I feel like it wouldn't be me if I didn't have some sort of a wound issue. The bottom of my right breast, I have two spots that have opened up, which are one is probably the size of a dime and it's shallow, but it's open. And then right above that, I have a pocket that's maybe a couple centimeters wide and a couple centimeters long. But that one's kind of fairly deep, right? So fuck me, like here I am doing wound maintenance again. So I'm not super stoked about that. It doesn't hurt or anything like that. It's not infected. It's just back to the same thing. It just didn't stay closed or healed. And it's just one of the things, right? Like apparently I'm just prone to that. So we're doing wound care and Meta Honey and leaving it alone for 2 days. I'm on back on the every other day showering routine because you want it to stay kind of in a warm environment and you don't want to over clean it, because it needs time to develop the material behind it in order because it needs to heal from the inside out. So yeah, so we're back to that, which God, it fucking sucks. But the lipo of my hips looks really good now that the bruising is all gone. That's really smoothing out. The spots where he went into my incision and the stitches along my abdominal line, those are all mostly gone. I have a couple on the left. But all of that looks really, really good. You can see I'm still kind of bruised all along here from where they did the fat grafting. These are all injection marks. So they look really good. They're still a little swollen, right? I'm going to be a little swollen for a while. The interesting thing to me is this time around. So when I woke up from all of the fat grafting, they were really, really swollen, right? And I felt like my chest was really tight and numb again. And as that has kind of worn off and started to settle out again, I had this really interesting sparking, like right in in the middle of my chest and actually behind my chest wall, so behind my breasts, which I haven't had since before my first surgery, right? And so it's really interesting because I feel like I can feel back there again. It's not the same feeling, but like that's all starting to spark and come alive again. So um, it just fascinating, right? And again, I sensation was very, very important to me. So having a surgery that was nerve grafting, nerve sparing, or nerve sparing with nerve grafting was really important to me. And my surgeon did an amazing job because I can feel this, right? I can feel all up here. This is a little numb still and right across sort of the middle of my chest, but I have feeling all underneath and along the sides, um, which is great, right? So I'm super happy about all of that. But yeah, it's been a fucking week, man. Three surgeries in a year is really hard, and I felt like prior to my first surgery, of course, like I really tried to prepare for that because I knew that that was going to be a really big surgery and a really big deal, and I felt like I really set myself up for success for that one. And then going into my first revision that I had back in November, I felt like I was in a good place because I had been getting back to, a little bit of yoga. I was walking, I was really eating right, I was getting lots of sleep. Like that was great. And I think that that surgery was a little bit lighter than this one, right? I had more cutting with removing tissue and less lipo, right? So I think that my body was just like, okay, that one was like pretty smooth sailing, even though I did have some wound issues with that one as well, right? But I didn't, like, I wasn't as slow. Like, I really felt like it was like 2, 3 days, and then I was like, okay, let's go, right? Um, but this time around, like it just really knocked me down. And surgery fatigue is a real thing. I talked about this in my last video. I think my body just like three surgeries in a year. And I think my body was just like, yeah, no. So I do think I'm going to take some time. I kind of said this in my last video. I'm going to wait and really see how this all settles out. If I do another surgery, it won't be until really late in the year. I do still want to do the hysterectomy and oophorectomy to make sure that I protect myself from that, especially now that I'm through menopause. Um, but I can't even stomach like doing something within a couple of months right now. So I'm really just going to take the time to let my body heal. I have been really focusing on getting lots of sleep, right? Like even if I don't feel like I can go to sleep right away, like I'm in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock at the absolute latest, trying to just get as much sleep as I can. And I've really been focusing on that this last week since kind of everything went sideways. And I don't want to say sideways, but started to have this sort of cascading effect of issues. I think my body was just like, go lay down, right? Like you need a timeout, like go rest. I've been making sure that kind of again sort of refocusing, making sure that I have 120 ounces of water, making sure I have 20 grams of collagen a day, making sure that I am taking my vitamins, making sure that I am trying to get to 100 grams of protein a day. I've been kind of light. I've been more in the 80 to 90 grams of protein a day. So figuring out where I can supplement and doing smoothies and stuff right now because part of this is like I have been so tired this time around. I didn't do a meal service for this surgery because I thought that I was going to feel better than what I currently do. Um, and when I have the meal service, especially right after surgery, it's really easy for me to hit 100 grams of protein a day, no problem. So this time around, I am struggling a little bit, but a little planning and kind of meal prep has helped this last week to kind of get closer to the mark. And then again, just supplementing with, doing some additional smoothies during the day, just to kind of try to sneak it in there. And I actually bought a couple of pre-made um, shakes as well, that were low in sugar that I could use to squeeze in there. So yeah, so that's been a thing. Mentally, I'm just frustrated, right? I'm really frustrated. I'm frustrated that I have fucking wound issues again. Like, why can't I have a surgery and not have fucking wound issues, right? Like, it's really hard. It is really, really hard. I know that I'm a slow healer. I know that I have autoimmune conditions. I know all the stuff. But could I just have a surgery and not have a fucking wound issue? Like, that would be amazing. Like, can we start there? Um, so yeah, that's really frustrating, and I'm trying to give myself space and grace, but it's but it's hard. Um, Otherwise, like, I do struggle with the, like, last time I bounced back, like, why am I not doing that this time? Why is it so easy for other people? We we are such a culture now of comparison, like who's doing it better, faster, makes it look good. And I'm just like, I'm trying not to get wrapped up in that. And that's also part of why I do these videos, is because I want to keep it real and talk about what it's like to go through this fucking process, because it's not easy, at least for me, on any level. Making the decisions, the mental, physical side of it, having wound issues, like not being able to do the things that I want. Yeah, it's all fucking hard. Now, if I had it to do over, would I not choose not to do it? No, because it, again, say this all the time, it saved my life. And so I would still do it, but it is a mental game to give yourself space and grace to go through this process, right? It's okay to be tired. It's okay to be a slow healer. It's okay to have fucking wound issues. It's just the way your body is, right? You will get to the other side. And I just have to sort of remind myself of that every day, and whine to my man about it a lot. He's a he's a saint, because he just lets me just like whine about it and vent and be frustrated about it. And then yeah, and he just holds me down, and it's great, and lets me know that, like, you got through the biggest hurdle of it. You'll get through this, right? And so I have a lot of gratitude for him in so many ways, because he's been a big part, massive part of my recovery, and my mental health with all of this. So um, and then just really talking to my medical team, like, I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to have the right doctors going into this, because it is a long journey, right? It's been a year. I've had 3 surgeries, and I've had wound issues with every one of them. And my doctor, I can text him and be like, hey, Brian, like, here's what's happening today. Like, do I need to be freaked out? Like, what do I do? And he talks me through it. Like, and it's great. Like, he's super responsive and, really caring about it. And like, because when you're in the moment, like, it's hard not to get freaked out. It's hard not to be bummed out and sad and like frustrated. And he's just like, don't worry about it. Like, this is what you do. It's okay. And that's really, really important on this journey. So yeah, and in the meantime, I go to work every day, and I only I only took a week off this time because I thought, based on last time, I would be in a much better place and I could go back to work after a week. And now I did work some of the week that I was supposed to take off, but I was like, oh, it'll be okay. And then, like, these last 2 weeks, I've just been exhausted. So that's, again, it's sort of this, it's been frustrating. Um, but yeah, but I'm back to work and, that's helped sort of with the mental state to have something else to focus on, and not ruminate on the wound issues. But, yeah, so that's where we are. I have my next post-op this coming Friday. I did text with my surgeon this morning to say, like, here's the latest of my boob. And, he was great. He just replied and said, it actually looks good. Don't be concerned. We'll talk about it on Friday. Um, so, yeah, so that's about it for right now. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. It's Memorial Weekend. It's a long weekend. I hope everybody's out there doing some fun stuff. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.